What's up guys, this is Devon with Repair My Funnel, and in this video I'm going to walk you guys through an awesome tool that I feel like you should have in your tool belt if you're looking for some background images to have on your next funnel build. This tool is called Haikei. I could be mispronouncing that, but we're going to show it here on my computer screen in just a moment. What you'll notice is there is a pricing chart, but as I even clicked on the pricing because I was just curious, it looks like they don't even have a subscription to charge you at this time. It looks like there's just a free option, and then if you want to be a part of the notifications for the pro plan, you could sign up to get notified. But what's nice is when we come back over here, we can actually just start designing for free right away. Now, once you get to this point, you're going to notice that there are tons of different design options for backgrounds. There's a blob, there's waves, there's blurry gradients, there's scattered circles, there's a blob scene, there's layered waves, there's stacked waves, there's blob scattered, there's a low poly grid, there's layered peaks, stacked peaks, polygon scattered, layered steps, stacked steps, and a symbol scattered background as well. But in this training, what we're going to actually focus on is just the layered waves. And so as we get over here, what you're going to see is up at the top right hand corner, there's the canvas where you can choose how big you want this to be. I'm going to keep it kind of the standard settings for the sake of this training. You can adjust it accordingly if you see fit. Now, the horizontal background obviously is going to work best for desktop, but in this case, if you were looking to make a background specifically for mobile, you might go into the vertical settings here as well. So as we go back here, there's some options to look at, like the direction of your waves. If you want the waves to be on the left hand side, if you want them to be on the bottom, if you'd like them to be on the top, or if you'd like them to be on the right hand side. We're going to just keep them on the bottom for simplicity. And to start from the settings at the top here, we have the background color. So there's some colors that we can choose from. Let's say we want the background color to be a simple white. We can do that. Or if we wanted to make it a little bit more complex, we can say that we want it to be like a light blue or even a black. I guess this is more of a dark blue that they had initially here. But let's go with this base color actually. And then we have the option to choose two colors that would end up being the gradients for the waves. So we're going to try our best to find something that makes sense and see what we can come up with. So this dark purple and light purple I think fits the scene very well. And then from here you can choose a color direction. So as we're doing this, you'll see the colors are actually changing, and it makes the gradient look kind of cool as far as its adjustments. I think my favorite one is probably this first one and the last one. I think the ones in between with the colors being so close together sometimes kind of hurts my eyes a little bit. So I'm actually going to stick to just the initial color here. Funny enough as well, if you wanted to get rid of the background because you wanted it to just be the wave itself, you can hide the background right here as well. We're going to keep that in place, and we're going to keep going down and see what kind of stuff we can do here. We can balance the different shapes, so as we move this up and down, we can see how far up on the screen it'll be. We can adjust the wave count as well, so we can do this and have it be a lot of different waves, and then as we bring it down, it'll be a smaller amount. From here we can adjust the complexity as well, and then we can do the contrast, and we can do the overlap as well. Now there is one more thing that you can do, but because I like this background, I'm not going to do it. You can click this and it'll shake it up and do a random setting for you. But once you've gotten to this point, you've created the background and you have a couple options here to download. My favorite download type for a background is actually SVG, which is a vector file. These files don't actually distort. They can just continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and they look fine on your page. So they're my favorite go-tos as far as file types if it's an option. So we're going to do an SVG here for the download. Now that we have the download in place, I'm going to go ahead and open up a funnel. We use ClickFunnels around here for the most part, but if you have a different funnel builder, that's fine too. Same rules will still apply. So let's head over to the funnel itself, and I'm going to apply it to the section background in this case. So we're going to go inside the settings. I'm going to go to the image URL here. We're going to click this icon, and this is going to open our image gallery. I'm going to go ahead and click Upload Images. Now that you have your image in place, what you're going to want to do is just click on the image. Now that the image is in place, one thing we want to make sure of is that the foreground is actually transparent. The foreground begins to create an overlay over the image that is there, so we're not actually able to see it right now. But if we take the foreground and we make it transparent, what you'll notice is suddenly the background is right there behind us. Now, I'm not a big fan of the repeat option here, but what we can do is we can select a different option, like let's say fill 100% width. We could just take a look at how that plays out. You can mess around with the different positionings. The other thing I would do is go back into the settings here, and I would actually adjust the foreground ever so slightly. I would adjust the transparency here, or the alpha percentage. You're going to see that going up on the background itself, so that it's not so heavy in my face. Now, I know this doesn't look the most appealing right now in the background, so what I'm actually going to do is go into the settings of the section and just make sure that there's not any like excess bottom padding that I might have added in previous times inside this funnel. So we're going to go in the settings, and it looks like there's 100 bottom padding. If I bring that down to 0, what you'll see is there's a closer connection between the sections of the footer and this guy here. So I think this looks pretty good. Another thing you can also play around with as well is adjusting text color here. So if we adjust this to white, let's say, and then go into the foreground, and since it's a black background, make the color itself be black and adjust it there. That might also sit better with something that has that same black background. All in all, I think the white overlay looked a little bit better on this background, but I hope you find this helpful. As I said, with this tool, obviously the possibilities are endless for backgrounds. This is just one of the many tools that you could find on Haikei.app. If you enjoy videos like these, we highly encourage you to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future updates from us. If you're unfamiliar with who Repair My Funnel is, we are a done-for-you tech support service. That means we provide tech support services for you so that you don't have to worry about the burden of something breaking inside your funnel, or something just not working like you want it to. You can pass that burden off to us. I know it sounds too good to be true, but if we can make this even more irresistible for a limited time, what we are offering is these done-for-you tech support services for just $1 up front for 14 days. If that sounds like something that you want to do, I highly encourage you to go to repairmyfunnel.com/support-expert today to get started. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on the next one.